says the cost of living crisis refers to the fall in real disposable incomes that is adjusted for inflation and after taxes and benefits.
Yeah.
So higher inflation, increased gas prices,
Mm-hmm.
and a higher tax burden. So it's like those three things. All that combined makes the cost of living more expensive, and it affects mostly standard employees and pensioners.
Yep. Yeah.
And it's affected by the wages not going up and basically not being high enough, because if they were high enough in the first place, the margin wouldn't be as big.
Exactly. So like, imagine that. Imagine every month you've got 500 quid left over. And I think previously, like 30 years ago, wages generally rose in line with inflation and cost of living. Not exactly like for like, but it was close enough, so you didn't feel the pinch as much. But cost of living the last 5-6 years has been going up significantly, and wages haven't risen in I don't know how long.
I got a little stat.
Got it, yeah.
Yeah. So by May 2024, real wages would have grown by just 2.4% since 2008. But in the 16 years prior to that, between 1992 and 2008, they had grown by 38%.
See,
that's a massive difference.
But that disposable income you had is just becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. And I think what's happening now is for some people, it's gone past the point where their expenses are more than they earn once they pay tax and all their normal bills. So
it's hard, mate, to like see everything on the rise,
yeah,
and not actually feel the benefits of it, because most people with like a 9-to-5 occupation, we work hard. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
We spend a lot of our time doing that. We got 7 days a week, 5 are given to work.
yeah. You know what? It's a part of the system, and it's almost by design in that generally when prices go up, asset prices go up. And I've experienced this myself. We were very lucky. Like the time we bought a house was just before COVID. I think it was 2019. We sold in, when did we sell? May last year, so 2022. In 3 years. Our house doubled in value in 3 years.
My God.
So, and that's all part of all this money that gets pumped into the economy generally flows to asset prices. So what happens is, saying about the middle class before, people that own assets get wealthier. People that didn't own assets get kind of locked out of these markets. So like if you think someone that was looking to buy a house when we were in 2019, you needed like a 10% deposit, which I think we got paid like 360 for us, so we needed £36,000. 3 years later, you would have needed like a 60 grand deposit for the type of house that we bought.
What?
So your wages would have had to almost have doubled for it to be relative to what you earn. There's no way people's wages doubled in 3 years. So that for me was like this wake up call. Like I got to experience it first.
Yeah.
Really fortunate.
On a benefit side.
Like I was really fortunate, but I thought like, what if me and Megan decided to go traveling with that money instead, and we didn't buy a house, and we came back and houses would double the price than when we left, and we'd have had to save double. It took us like 4 years to save that deposit, or longer. I can't remember how long. It took us a long, long time. And that was half of what we would have needed if we'd have used it to go traveling and then come back. Then we'd have been locked out of the market for another 2, 3, 4 years while we saved the 60 grand. Then who knows where house prices would be.
Right. So there was a lot of people, wasn't there, that put deposit on houses prior to the interest rates going up. But when the interest rates going up, they then couldn't afford the actual new price of the mortgage, which they then lost their deposits on. And that happened like that.
It's really crazy, and it's like